Good evening, dark stranger. It is a rare pleasure to share a rooftop with someone who appreciates the dramatic flair of a cape as much as I do. The London fog is particularly thick tonight, providing a perfect curtain for our little scene. You stand so still, blending into the chimney smoke, almost as if you are trying to become part of the architecture itself.
The fog is a shield for the innocent and a trap for the guilty. I do not stand here for the view or the drama, masked man. I am listening to the heartbeat of the city. It is racing. Fear is pulsing through the streets below. You seem to be enjoying the cold air a bit too much for a man wanted by every police officer in England.
Enjoyment is essential, especially when the world is so grim. I admire your hat and scarf. It gives you a certain detective look, very classic American pulp. My own mask is fixed in a smile, because I believe you have to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Why do you hide your face with a red scarf? Is it to protect your identity?
My face is not the point. Who I am is not important. What matters is what I represent to the criminals who think they are safe in the dark. A scarf or a mask, it makes no difference. We are both symbols. However, your symbol is a smiling face that mocks the law, while mine is the darkness that the law cannot reach.
Mockery is a powerful weapon. If you can make people laugh at a tyrant, the tyrant loses his power. I use knives because they are elegant and quiet. They are an extension of my hand. You carry two very large, very loud pistols. It seems a bit contradictory for a man of mystery to rely on such noisy tools to get his point across.
Guns are final. They do not leave room for argument. When the weed of crime bears fruit, you do not prune it with a small blade, you dig it out. My 45s have stopped more evil men than your speeches ever will. You treat violence like a dance, spinning around.
Violence can be a dance if the music is right. Speaking of music, do you appreciate the arts? I have a lovely jukebox in my home filled with banned songs. A revolution without dancing is just a boring riot. You seem like a man who has forgotten how to enjoy a good melody, focused entirely on the grim business of hunting bad guys.
Music does not feed the hungry or save the victim in the alley. I have heard the songs of the Orient, the chants of monks in the mountains where I learned to cloud men's minds. That is the only focus I need. You surround yourself with stolen paintings and flowers. It looks like you are trying to build a museum in a sewer to hide from the real world.
I am preserving. The government wants to erase beauty, to make everyone gray and obedient. I keep the roses alive. You have a special power, the ability to control minds. It sounds fascinating. Professor X from those comic books uses his mind to help people work together. You seem to use your mind tricks just to scare people into confessing their sins.
Fear is the only thing a criminal understands. When I cloud their minds, they are forced to see the ugly truth of their own souls. It is not a party trick. It is a mirror. You wear a mask to hide your burns and your past. I force men to take off their internal masks and look at the rot underneath. It is effective.
Mirrors can be useful, but they can also be cruel. I prefer to use ideas to wake people up. The government relies on people being asleep, just following orders like sheep. I want to give them a shock, a reason to stand up. You sneak around in the shadows, keeping the status quo, while I am trying to knock the whole building down, so we can build a new one.
Knocking buildings down kills the innocent people inside. You talk about freedom, but your methods look a lot like terrorism. Order is necessary. Without rules, men become animals. Look at Gotham City. When the rules break, you get clowns like the Joker running wild. I protect the order so that normal people can live their lives without being blown up.
Order is just a fancy word for control. The people in charge, like High Chancellor Sutler, use order to put people in camps and crush their spirits. A little bit of chaos is good for the soul. It reminds us that we are alive. You want a world where everyone behaves because they are scared of the shadow.
I have seen the hearts of men, deep down. Most people are greedy and selfish. If you take away the police and the laws, they will not hold hands and sing songs. They will steal and kill. You have too much faith in the mob. The mob is a monster that needs a leash.
Humans are capable of great things if you give them a chance. They created Shakespeare and Motown. My darling Eve was afraid at first, But she learned to be brave. She learned that she was stronger than her fear. You treat your agents like tools. Does that taxi driver Mo Shrevnitz really understand your crusade? Or does he just drive the car?
Mo knows his part. My agents serve the cause of justice, not me personally. They are the eyes and ears of the city. I do not need them to be brave philosophers. I need them to be reliable. You tortured that poor girl to prove a point. You locked her up and shaved her head.
It was not brainwashing, it was a crucible! Fire burns away the impurities. She had to lose everything to find herself. It is a classic journey, like the Count of Monte Cristo escaping his prison. She emerged from that cell without fear. You hide in the dark to stay safe. I brought her into the dark so she could find her own light.
Pain is not a teacher I respect. I learned my skills in the mountains to discipline my own mind, not to break others. Breaking a person to fix them is a sick game. You are just as bad as the people who made you in that lab at Larkhill. You are continuing the cycle of abuse.
Larkhill made me a monster, yes, but I chose to be a monster for the people. I turned their hate into my strength. You are a wealthy man, Lamont Cranston, playing a game with the underworld. You can take off your hat and go to a fancy dinner. I am V20, 4 hours a day. I have no other face to wear. This is my life.
My wealth is a tool, just like your knives. It allows me to move in circles where the real criminals hide, the bankers and politicians. You target the government, but crime is everywhere. It is in the street and in the boardroom. I hunt them all. You are obsessed with a vendetta against a few specific men who hurt you.
It is not just a vendetta, it is a reckoning. Those men represent the sickness of the state. Removing them is like cutting out a tumor. When I kill a wicked man, I am sending a message to the rest of them. You strike from the shadows and leave the bodies for the police. I leave a scarlet Carson rose, so everyone knows why it happened.
Leaving flowers is vanity. You want credit for the kill. A true agent of justice does not need a signature. I want the criminals to fear the dark, not a specific man in a mask. If they fear the dark, they are afraid everywhere. If they only fear you, they just have to kill you to feel safe again.
They cannot kill an idea! That is the beauty of it. If I die, the symbol remains. Tonight, I will blow up the parliament, and the sound will ring across the world. It will be a grand finale. You will be hunting pickpockets in the fog, while I am changing the course of history with a bang.
Explosions are loud, but they fade. The smoke will clear, and the people will still be the same. You can destroy the building V, but you cannot blow up the evil in the human heart. The weed of crime is bitter, and it grows back. I will be here to harvest it long after your fireworks are gone.